Hello, KG2. How are you today? Are you ready for today's lesson? Our lesson for today is on recall. Recall means we have to remember. We are going to remember what we read in the story Goldilocks and the Three Bears. We also need to remember the sequence of the story. Who are the characters and what did we see in the story? But before we start there, how do you feel today? Are you happy? Are you sad? Or are you naughty today? I'm sure you are happy today. What do you think Goldilocks was on that day? If you remember, she was a naughty girl on that day. Every storybook has a cover. On this storybook, there is a front cover and a back cover. There is a title. A title is the words on the top or the sentence on the top. An author is the person who writes the book, and the author for this book is Suzanne Davidson. The illustrator is the person who draws the pictures of the book, and the illustrator here is Mike Gordon. What can you see on the cover of the book? Yes, it's a beautiful picture of a house, three bears, and the forest. Or we could say the woods. In every story, there are main characters. In this story, there are few characters. Let's name them. Goldilocks, Mama Bear, Papa Bear, Baby Bear. There are also many things that we had a look at in the story. Goldilocks touched the three bears' main things. What did she touch? She touched their porridge. She touched their bed. She touched their chairs. Now we're going to go on to quickly recall the Goldilocks story. I have put them together, but not all the pages, so you need to remember. Here we can see Goldilocks. She is a lovely girl with lovely golden hair. But Goldilocks was very naughty, and her mum told her she should never go into the woods. But Goldilocks did not listen because she was very naughty and she skipped her way into the woods. She came across a beautiful house and she was curious, so she decided to go in. In the house, she smelled something delicious. She went to taste it. There was a big bowl. It was too hot. There was a medium bowl. It was too cold. And there was a small bowl. It was just right. And she ate them all up. And then she felt a little bit tired. So she decided to sit on the chairs. First, she sat on the great big chair. It was too hard. Then she sat on the next chair. It was too soft. And then she sat on the little chair. It was just right, and crack! The chair broke. So she decided to go upstairs. There were 3 beds. The first bed was too hard. The second bed was too soft. The third bed was just right, and she fell asleep. A little time had passed, and the 3 bears came home. Wow, so that's the 3 bears' house, I guess. We can see there's a great big Papa Bear, a middle-sized Mama Bear, and a cuddly little baby bear. They go into the house, and Papa Bear was hungry, and he growled, "Who's been eating my porridge?" And Mommy Bear said in a sweet voice, "Who who's been eating my porridge? And Baby Bear says, who's been eating my porridge? And started to cry because they ate it all. Then they went to sit down. Papa Bear says, who's been sitting on my chair? Mommy Bear says, who's been sitting on my chair? And Baby Bear says, who's been sitting on my chair? And they broke it. And she started to cry. So they decided to go upstairs. Papa Bear says, who has been sleeping in my bed? Mama Bear says, who has been sleeping in my bed? And Baby Bear says, there is someone sleeping in my bed. And she started to scream and cry. And Goldilocks woke up with a shock. She looked at the 3bears, opened her mouth and screamed. And she ran and ran as fast as she could. She came home and she told her mom she will never be naughty again. So do you remember the story? Students, now for today's activity. We have to remember so we can sequence the story. You need to go to LMS to complete the worksheet. It is sequencing the story. You need to write the numbers in the correct order, telling the story. For example, will number 1 be the little house in the forest, or Goldilocks walking into the forest to the little house? Yes, it will be Goldilocks walking in the forest. Now you go ahead and try and do the worksheet on your own. Good luck and have a good day.